And welcome back to another episode of Underdog Podcast. Also, for those new listeners, welcome, right? Because what kind of person am I if I don't say welcome to the show? And really, a real question, or the best question is, hey, where the fuck you been at? You should have been listening to this shit. I completely went MIA last week. So, my bad for that. I did one episode and that was it. I think I did put up a video on my YouTube channel. Maybe one. I can't even remember. I don't remember. I think I did something about the McRib. Don't eat that shit. But yeah, I think that's the only thing I did. I finished off my class, so that's good. And the paper that I was getting annoyed that I had to write, I ended up writing, obviously. And turned out well. I think I got a 91 on it. I believe so. I kind of checked the grades real quick. I didn't even bother to read the comments. I'm like, I don't care what you guys say. Like, I got a grade. I just wanted to have at least a B. It looks like I'm going to finish the class with a B. I probably should check my grades today. Actually, I should have did that before I started recording. But see where my priorities are at. I just want to be done with it. School is out for me, the kids. Right now they're with their mother. So I'm like, hey, tons and tons of time to put together some new content, work on my YouTube channel. I want to create an intro, outro, maybe just intro video, stuff like that, and really start getting more involved in this and stuff. Because I'm doing this podcast and the YouTube channel, and I'm being active on Twitter, and I actually enjoy it. I'm enjoying it. I'm getting used to going back and forth with people about, their little fucking opinions. Or everybody wants to debate. I don't understand that. I like to have more of a brainstorming session where, hey, I think this, and oh, what do you think? You think that? All right, I think this, because I don't know if I'm right or wrong about my opinion, but I mean, if the shit makes sense to me, I'm gonna go with it. That's basically how it goes. But it's nice to hear other people's opinions sometimes. Because it's like, hey, you can give your opinion, but like, don't try to get me to think how you want me to think. Or be like, hey, you're right about it. Some dude on Twitter, I was talking about the law of mentalism, or everything is mind. And he was going on the law of idealism. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on right here? I was like, I had to look up what idealism was. I'm like, I don't even know what this shit is. And basically, idealism is everything is an idea. There's nothing but ideas. And, thoughts are ideas, even though law of mentalism is the same thing. But I think we don't meet the same road, because I'm coming from a spiritual sense when I talk about law, universal laws, law of mentalism, stuff like that, law of correspondence. And he's talking about philosophical laws, or philosophical ideologies, or philosophy. And we was going back and forth a little while, and I was really trying to understand what the fuck he was talking about, because I said that I believe there's one supreme conscious being, but we're all connected to that conscious being, and we're just more of a reflection or a different perspective of that one conscious being, and we're all just one thing having we're just conscious. We're one conscious being having an experience within itself, experiencing itself in different perspectives to basically understand itself and try to evolve within itself. And he was saying that we're just all one big as dream or one supreme being, God or whatever, and we're just an idea of that God, and we really don't have a role or any will in our own lives. We're just going on about in someone's dream. Yep, that shit went all over the place. Weird, I get you, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna say I'm done with the class and stuff, so I don't have to worry about that at all. And then I feel more open and not really have to worry about stress or anything. And I can at least do an episode a day. If not an episode a day, more than just 2-3 times a week. I want to get at least 5 episodes in a week, and maybe take the weekend off, just to kind of give y'all an idea. So I hate to say this, but it does. I guess it does help to follow wherever you listen to this podcast at podbean.com. I'm on Spotify. I'm on Apple. You have my website, DamienJackson22.com. Some of my podcast uploads to YouTube, but it's not every episode. Yeah, it's not every episode. It's something with the way I'm too cheap as far as a podcast, as far as the kind of subscription plan I have on Podbean. So it uploads like so many hours or something to YouTube a month or something like that. And then I should probably put it on Amazon. I might do that too as well. So yeah, just to let y'all know, gonna have a lot more content, a lot more things to listen to. Listen to me while you're working or playing video games or whatever, just background noise. Every now and then I say a stupid ass joke that you might think is funny, or you might just laugh at me thinking my ideas are stupid in general. That works too. You know, can't beat me, but the shit I used to say when I was a kid, like, oh yeah, he's saying all this shit. Can't beat me though. Can't beat my ass though. Now what? Fight me. Oh man. So I figured today's episode would be a good time because Christmas is in what? 4 days, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 4 days. Because today's the 21st. Oh, also, since today is the 21st, make sure you go out. Hopefully you see, or you listen to this today and don't end up listening to this tomorrow because you have missed it. Or maybe you found it somewhere else, but you have the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. And December 21st, I think December 21st, 22nd, somewhere around there, starts the winter solstice. You have kind of the death of the sun and then the rising again of the sun. Kind of reminds you of that one person, right? Jesus Christ, huh? Just a little tidbit, throwing out little crumbs. Because I plan to do my kind of Christmas, the meaning of Christmas podcast. I want to do it by the 23rd. Because I don't think I'll be around on the 24th. But it's good to know that people are paying attention to the stars. I mean, hopefully they exist and they're real. Who knows? Until you actually go up into space yourself. Until now, you got to take everybody's word for it, which everybody's word kind of sketchy. Just saying. But, the Saturn-Jupiter conjunction, they line up in the sky where they look like they're really close together to the naked eye. And it looks like one big star. So apparently what this is called is the Christmas star, which I didn't know until recently. So that's very interesting to find out. I think there's apps you can download on your phone and stuff too that kind of helps you see the stars in the sky and the alignment and stuff. I downloaded an app on my phone. I forget what it's called though. It was called Night Sky. I don't know if it's on Android. I know it's on Apple Store. So obviously check that out and that might help you, or find something else. I don't want to just promote them. They're getting fucking free advertisement, but it is what it is. So I wanted to talk today about my favorite Christmas moments, or just Christmas moments in general. So one of my all-time favorite Christmas moments that stand on my head is, I want to say I was in the 8th grade. I really don't know. I don't know if I was in the 8th grade or 9th grade. I felt like I was in the 8th grade. I could be wrong. But it was a year after PlayStation 2 that came out. So I can't remember PlayStation 2 that came out in 2000 or 99 or what. But I don't remember what year I got it. But I still have the picture to this day. And I knew I was wearing like my middle school, I was going to Lawton Childs Middle Academy. Shout out to LCMA. Right? What? Who says that shit? So I remember I had the shorts on. And I'm in the picture as well. So I see the picture. There's me in those shorts. And I'm like, hey, I was either in the 8th grade or I was in the 9th grade. That's all I can remember. But why it stands out to me the most is because the year before, I didn't get the PlayStation 2. And that was the only thing I wanted for Christmas. And when I got the Christmas, I kept trying to figure out which box was which underneath the Christmas tree. I'm like, that's got to be it. That looks like the perfect size box for a PlayStation 2. That has to be it. And then I went to go open all my gifts, and I realized no PlayStation 2. And I remember my parents, I could see their kind of, not sadness, but kind of like, damn, we really tried. And they told me too, like, yeah, we tried. We know you wanted a PlayStation 2, but we couldn't find it. And I remember feeling disappointed. But not in a bad way, but just disappointed, like, because I had my hopes up. But it was a life lesson for me, because it was the first time where I was like, wait a minute, I'm disappointed. Well, it wasn't the first time, but it stood out to me in the most in the timeline of my life. Because I had my hopes up, but that was my fault that I had my hopes up. And I was like, I really wanted this PlayStation 2, but I really didn't understand it. I knew it was hard to get, but I didn't understand exactly how hard it was to get a hold of. And at the same time, I was like, hey, you put all your hopes into this one thing when, yeah, you should have probably, I don't know, been more realistic and maybe ask for other things or whatever. But I really didn't want anything else. I only wanted that, because what I wanted every year was just video games, or a new game, a new Madden, the new NBA Live, or just a new football game, a new basketball game in general, just anything. Just video game wise, for the most part. That's the only thing I cared about. And every now and then I wanted something different, but when I didn't get that PlayStation 2, I was like, God damn. I was like, see, this is what I'm fucking talking about. Don't fucking get your hopes up. But it stood out to me because that Christmas, I remember my parents got me basically a bunch of random toys. And not in a bad way, but because like I only asked for that one thing. So, really trying to figure out. So they kind of mixed in a bunch of other board games, stuff like that, and just other little different games, which I ended up playing too. So I was happy still with those things, whatever. But the next year, I was like, I ain't have no hopes. I was like, hey, I hope I get it, but my hopes weren't set high. That's a better way to put it into. My hopes were not set high. My mindset was like, hey, if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. I'm going to ask for this, and I'm going to ask for some other stuff too. But when I got that PlayStation 2, when I opened that shit up, oh man, I could feel it right now. I was like, oh yes, this is it. This is it. This is what I'm talking about. Thank God. Thank you so much. It's like, yeah, we know you'll be happy you finally got it. I was like, yes. I was so excited. I can't remember what games I got. I'm pretty sure it was a football game. I don't know if it was Madden or it probably was Madden. Or if not Madden, it definitely was basketball. Probably like NBA Live. Oh man, I was just so excited. I don't even remember what games I got that came with it. I just remember that fucking blue box, man. That blue box, I held on to that fucking blue box, man. And till this day, I have a picture of me, like, just smiling, just cheesing it, fucking ear to ear. Like, like, yes, this is what I'm talking about. That PlayStation. And it's funny because that one moment, right? That one moment outshines, or not particularly outshines, but for the most part, I mean, it kind of does. Like, for the rest of my childhood memories, as far as Christmas goes, like, that was the defining moment. I don't even know why. Because I had a PlayStation, so, and that wasn't the first time I got a gaming system. I mean, we had Atari, I had a Sega Genesis, I had a PlayStation, and then I had the PlayStation 2. So, I always had a gaming system. Hell, I even had an R-Zone super screen. People don't remember what that shit was. I had a Game Boy Color that I just now remembered I had. And so I had other gaming systems, but for whatever reason, and I think it's because of what happened the year before and the excitement of just getting it then and being patient. I think what it comes down to is being patient. And not in the sense of that my patience was rewarded, but there's something that has to be said about just being patient. And when the time is right, it'll happen. It always does happen. Whether you want to believe it or not, look back into your life, it always happens. So during that time frame, I'll never forget. I was just being like really excited over the PlayStation 2 to the point I can't tell you what games I got. Doesn't matter. I got that blue box, that shit that says PlayStation 2. And when I put that shit in there, you turn it on for the first time, you hear that glorious intro music and the graphics. That shit is so exciting, man. It's so exciting. And to know that to this day, my kids do the same thing. And actually, for the most part, they really haven't, I don't think they really, sorry, I got a runny nose. So they really haven't opened up their gaming systems on Christmas, but they open up other things on Christmas that they wanted and stuff too. So, and as an adult and having kids, and just to see them have the same reactions is good. And it doesn't have to be every year. Like, I don't try to top myself every year as far as with gifts and presents and try to get a surprise with the kids. I just want them to always kind of have that nice feeling of like, yeah, this is good. We're happy, and not just because of the holidays, but we're happy that we're just spending time together. They're not in school. I'm not working, or well, shit. There's been times where I was working, so the times when I was not working, and we were spending time together and stuff, it stood out to me. Now, to go from that point to go to a low point, I could probably say one of my worst Christmases was while I was deployed. Of course, I like to talk about my one deployment. Somebody shut this guy the fuck up. But while I was deployed, I missed Thanksgiving, I missed Christmas, and I didn't realize how much Christmas was going to affect me. I knew it was, but when to call my kids and stuff and talk to them over the phone and to talk about, they open up their gifts and stuff like that. And I think I tried a video call with their mom, my ex-wife at the time too, and we weren't even together. So I tried to, what was I did the Skype or whatever. It was this is Christmas 2013. Yeah. And so just to talk to him and stuff, I remember crying. I remember feeling so sad because I was like, damn, this shit sucks, man. Like, because I missed Christmases before, but just normally being at work, I mean, I wasn't far away, but, I was at work and stuff, so I had to do it that morning of or shit. Now I just realized I did. Because while I was in Montana, I was in the missile field, I did post out on Christmas. I either posted out that Christmas Eve or that Christmas morning. Oh, man, damn, I did. I forgot all about that till right now. Ouch. That sucked. And see, the emotions are attached to our memories. That's why you don't remember everything, because your emotions are, most of the time, are attached to your memories. And a lot of stuff you don't want to fucking remember. And to be honest with you, a lot of stuff you don't have to remember. Like, it doesn't, it has a significance at a certain point in time in your life, but hey, you keep growing, you keep moving on with your life, so it is what it is. But, not being there for those Christmases kind of put things into perspective where I'm like, hey, I shouldn't have to wait. And this is just from my own personal opinion. I don't think, especially with me and my kids and our situation and stuff, as far as them being in two different households, I don't have to wait until Christmas Day or Christmas Eve or even the day after Christmas to enjoy just the holiday spirit. Because really what we're celebrating is hell. Winter time anyways, but we're celebrating winter solstice, but another kind of breadcrumb to throw out there for you for the later on podcast. But it's just, I would just try to embody just, hey, you know what? We can do this at any time of the year because fuck it. Like, we don't have to wait for a certain holiday. Instead of the holiday, adding or being something where this is a time of year where we care about each other, or not care about each other, where we want to do gift giving and stuff like that. I try to incorporate all that through the whole year. And then when it's time for Christmas or holidays and stuff, it maybe gives a little oomph, just a little something extra. I already gave my kids one of their gifts already this year. And I gave it to them like, I think last week or something like that. They wanted Heelys. Well, my daughter wanted Heelys. And I remember when I was a kid, I wanted those, it wasn't Heelys, but they were called, like, I guess they're called soap shoes. So they're like grinding shoes, so you can like grind on rail stuff, but without skates. It's just on the bottom of your shoes or whatever. I always wanted them. And I try to look for them now. Couldn't fucking find them. But my daughter brought up Heelys. I'm like, man, I remember I wanted those too around her age as well. And I asked my son, like, do you want Heelys too? Because I was like, I'm gonna have it, and your sister's gonna have it. So you only gonna be a part of this, or you're not gonna be a part of it? He's like, yeah, okay. I'm like, I'm gonna get you one because I feel like you're gonna, once you see him and once you in him and you see us with him and stuff, you're gonna enjoy it too. And I try to show him a video. He's like, yeah, it looks cool. I'm like, all right. So I ordered it, came in a few days, maybe a week later, got it. And so instead of wrapping it up or whatever, I put it underneath the tree. Funny thing, my son walked right past the tree when he came in through the house. Didn't even pay attention to it. None of that stuff. And then but my daughter came in. She saw it and started screaming, oh my God. But see, that moment right there, even though they knew I was going to get it. And I got a nice track record. So when I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to get it, I get it. And even though they knew that was happening, it still was just an emotion of yes. Like, and not to get too materialistic on them either, but it's just more of a, it's just a feeling of, hey, this guy did what he said he was going to do. And I really appreciate this. And this right here is something that I want to do. And I'm going to do it with my brother or my sister and my father. So I got us all a pair of Heelys. Can you imagine my ass up on Heelys and stuff? And then my son, the second I put it together, he got out there, he couldn't stop doing it and stuff. So we went out to one of the lakes or one of the parks around our house, and we were just out there healing it up, bro. It took us a while though. My son picked up really quick. He usually seems to be the one that's a little bit more clumsy. Me and my dad have a little bit more balance, and he has balance too, but he usually seems to be a little bit more clumsy sometimes. So, but we all can skateboard and stuff like that, and roller skate, and ice skate as well. So just to see him like be so happy about it too, when he wasn't sure if he was gonna be happy about it, and then all three of us just wheeling it around at the park and stuff or wherever. It was fun. It took me a while to get it. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, man, this shit is a little bit harder than what I thought, but it's just to highlight, like, just because you don't do it on Christmas doesn't mean you still can't have that nice holiday spirit of that gift giving and stuff. Like, they're still gonna get some other things. Well, yeah, for the most part. Actually, they don't even want nothing. I asked them, I was like, hey, what do you guys want? It was like, nothing. It was like, we just want some money. I was like, what? They're like, yeah. They got outside. I was like, yeah, I just want some money. Because they're talking about, as far as like when they want to buy skins on Fortnite and stuff, or when they want to buy certain things, whatever. They just want to be able to have that money on their own to get. And they get, well, to be honest with you, they get straight A's. They don't get in trouble. They get great remarks from their teachers and stuff like that. And they're always great kids. So I don't want to necessarily reward them for being great. I mean, you should already pat yourself on the back, and you should want to strive to be just a good person anyways, and do your best no matter what you are doing that. But every now and then, you want to kind of show your appreciation to your children. Like, hey, you guys are great. I really appreciate it. Not give me no fucking headaches or teachers calling me saying you guys are in trouble and stuff like that. Appreciate y'all being better than me. And I wasn't a bad kid, but I had my moments being suspended, getting into fights in school and stuff. Threatening other kids or whatever I do, and and having temper tantrums. There's been times where I threw stuff around in the classroom. Yep, that was me. But I really enjoyed it, and god damn it. I just realized I left a package outside my door that I seen pulling up, and I need to make sure I get that shit once I'm done with this. You gotta worry about porch pirates or whatever, somebody running up. I don't even remember what I ordered either. I ordered so much shit from Amazon. I'm pretty sure they're here every day. I forget half the time what I ordered. And a lot of times it's like random not random things, but it's like, I just I've been meaning to get this one thing, and I'm done. And then I forget that I ordered it. But that's just a side note. But yeah, just them, the things that they do and stuff. So I appreciate it. And then, you always want to make your kids happy. I mean, I don't care what parent you are. Even the shittiest parent at some point still wants to make their kid happy. Like, you just want to do something. And not for brownie points or for your kids, but oh, thank you so much, you're the best mom or dad ever. Nah, you just want to see that smile on your face, because at some point in time, whether your parents were decent, shitty, great, or whatever, they made you happy. And if it's not your parents, your adopted parents, some adult in your life at some point in time did something for you, and you just kind of want to pass that on. And then these past few years, I told my kids, like, hey, I mean, we get stuff throughout the year. I don't necessarily wait for Christmas. So I want to start to do more trips on Christmas. And there's, I think a couple years ago, we went to Universal Studios with one of my best friends, which is their aunt. We went to, Universal Studios with their family and stuff like that. And we stayed over there in Orlando, and we went there and spent time over there for Christmas and stuff. So I gave them their gifts early. So I've already been kind of, not in a habit, but kind of giving them gifts early anyways, just because of our whole situation where they're going to spend time with me, they're going to spend time with mother, or there's been times where I had to work the week of Christmas. There's been enough times where I had to work during Christmas and I wasn't be able to be there on Christmas Day. And so that kind of shaped my mindset, where I was like, hey, I just got to be able to celebrate this, or just really be in this gift giving, or really just kind of take the emotions and spirit that you feel around Christmas time, the month of December, and the holidays stuff, because you have Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, basically pagan holiday. I mean, Christmas, you're celebrating the winter solstice. Yeah, tons of different things that go around this time of year. So I kind of wanted to incorporate not just on one specific day, but just throughout the month, throughout the year. But those has to be like my best Christmas moments. Even with my kids, just not one specific moment, but just seeing, of course, I mean, they're only 11 and 9, about to be 12 and 10. So tons of time, tons and plenty of opportunities still to have, those great Christmas moments. But I don't really have a specific one that stands out. But be honest with you, I enjoy the ones where it's just me and them, as opposed to it was us as a family, to include their mother. I enjoyed it when it was just me and them. And I don't know what that says. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know if that's a selfish thing, but I just enjoyed it that way. And I don't really have a specific moment where I was like, yeah, I enjoyed this Christmas, and it's just for this certain year or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, I don't have no pinpoint specific moment with my kids as far as Christmas, and I have to ask them, really, see what they say, like what has been their best Christmas so far, if they even have one. It might not be a certain one. It might just be the fact that we're all doing things together and stuff, or whatever the case may be. Or maybe, I don't know, it could be something with a time when me and their mother were still together, if they didn't remember that part. But the whole, everybody has a Christmas moment, everybody has a certain thing. And it doesn't necessarily have to be with just a gift. It just has to, it's just something about that moment. So something that just happens to you. And it could just be a memory. It doesn't have to be a good one or a bad one. It's just wherever the case is, it's that memory that holds on to that, had an effect on your life. Like I said, me being deployed and stuff, being in Afghanistan, being for Christmas, I kind of felt it like, man, I don't ever want to do this shit again. I was like, I had enough. I've been out in the missile field during Christmas. I've been at work during Christmas. I was like, I don't ever want to do this again. I mean, obviously, it's not, I think I still end up doing it. It's not by choice anyways, but it made me want to, like, hey, we're not going to just wait for one day. And now I think about it, you kind of can tie that into when I was a kid. And that first year when PlayStation 2 came out and I didn't get it, and the next year I did get it, it was almost like, hey, you don't have to be so concerned about what you get on this day. But really, and you hear in Christmas songs stuff too, like everybody talks about, it's more than just one day. We should spread love all throughout the year and stuff. But sometimes we get caught into the emotions of the holidays and the decorations, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like we should take that moment and add, and it should be an add-on to what we're doing throughout the year as well. And man, this is 1982 Motown Christmas. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. That is the greatest Christmas album ever. And it's only because of memories. Because every year growing up, my mom played the same Christmas album, 1982 Motown Christmas. And you know how hard that shit was for me to find it? I still haven't found it. I tried to find it on Amazon. So what I eventually did was find a track list, and I just went through Apple Music and found the songs and just created my own playlist. So now every fucking Christmas, that's what I play. 1982 Motown Christmas. The first song that starts off the album is a song from The Boys. I think it's Spread Love on Christmas, or it's Christmas Cheer. Everybody here, just do your best to spread a little Christmas cheer. You don't have to hold back until the winter. If I'm saying it right, the lyrics right, I don't care, man. I fucking love that shit. It's just something about it. It reminds me, I said the memories. It reminds me of Christmas time, home, everything. And this year I didn't do too much decoration. In fact, I did none. I just put up the Christmas tree and that was it. My Christmas tree is plastic. Pulls, pops up, bam, bam. Takes 2 minutes to put up. But my cat loves a Christmas tree because she won't get from underneath it. So good for her. And she keeps trying to bite on it. I'm like, hey, what are you doing, guy? Like, come on, man. The tree is fake, bro. It's plastic. Why are you biting on it? I don't know what's going on in her head, but whatever the case may be. But just those moments, those memories. There was one Christmas, it was when me and my ex-wife was still together. We had just PCS. We had just moved from Guam to Montana. It was in Great Falls, Montana at Malmstrom Air Force Base. And we had got there around the second week of December. And my car takes about a month to ship in, literally ship in on a boat. So we didn't have the car yet. We had a rental car. And I don't know what the fuck we thought we was doing. She was pregnant with my first child, my daughter. And she was like 9 months pregnant. It was December and my daughter was born in February. So we were in the car driving, and I don't know, it was Montana. I think it was. I don't know where the fuck we thought we was going either. But we got in the car and we drove, and it was snowing. Not bad, but just some snow on the road. And nothing really serious. And we was in Great Falls, and we just started going south. I think we was trying to go towards Helena or Billings, and it was weird because it was like 7 o'clock at night, 6 o'clock at night. So it was nighttime, and I don't remember what plans we had or anything. But we drove down somewhere, and then we were just driving around on the highway, on the interstate, just to see where the fuck it would take us. I don't know what was going on in our head. But we drove, and I don't even think we made it all the way there. I think we turned around at some point. And I remember on the way back, there was just a little patch of snow on the road, but it sucks because when the rest of the road is fine, and all of a sudden there's a bunch of snow on the ground, it fucks you up. And see, what happened was, this was really my first time driving in snow too. So I was behind a big semi truck, and you kind of catch the winds are strong in Montana as well. So you kind of catch the wind drift of the truck and the wind and stuff, and it was kind of shaking the car. So I wanted to get past it, but I was trying to wait because I kept seeing some snow on the ground. I didn't want to try to, go past the truck and the wind and stuff be shaking the car and the snow on the ground. So I kind of waited for it to get clear. I was like, all right, I'm going to take this time. I'm telling them, I'm going to try to pass the truck and go past it. I think we had rented a Pontiac Vibe. Yeah, I think it was a white car too. It was a Pontiac Vibe. And I'm passing the truck and everything seemed cool. And all of a sudden, bam, I hit a patch of snow or whatever. And I started to drift and the car started to shake and I started to lose control. But I had already had we called it skid and gravel training. And it was literally just training for us to understand how to drive in the snow and stuff. Because when you go out to the missile field, you might be driving. You might have to drive. I actually never drove. I think the officers always drove or whatever. But sometimes you just have to have the training just in case or whatever, which is good. And you need to have a train anyways. You're going to live in Montana and you never drove in the fucking snow. You might want to learn how to fucking drive in the snow. So that training helped out because I knew exactly what to do. I started losing control of the car. I drove the car off into the median in the middle of the road. Make sure we didn't go into the truck and stuff. So I was in control, even though it might have seemed like I was losing control. So I knew what I was doing. Only thing is, though, at the part of the time, I drove into the median, and I made sure I passed when there was no rail and stuff. If anything happened, I can go into the median. Sucks though, because I drove into the median, didn't realize the snow was this fucking deep. Got the fucking car stuck in the snow. I was like, oh shit, fuck my life. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna get out. And she's pregnant too, so I'm like, she can help, but I also don't want her to do too fucking much. So, and then we didn't even have a shovel in the car. I think I just had like a little scraper on one end, and it was like a small shovel on the other end. And thank God we at least had that, because people were telling us you gotta have something in the car to scrape out the ice stuff and just in case. So I had that in the car, and then got there and started digging, and then I had my ex-wife, she get in the driver's seat and go ahead and get. I don't think I even told this story to my kids. Now I think about it, but I told her to get in the driver's seat, try to turn, start the wheel and stuff, whatever. As I dig us out, start the wheel, step on the gas as I dig us out and stuff. Only thing is though, you can't really do that. You do nothing but dig yourself a bigger hole, so you kind of gotta push yourself out. Well, once again, don't want her to push, but I'm really happy that people saw us stuck in the middle of the road. They got out of the car, they pulled over the side, they helped us out, and I really was appreciative. I was aggravated, I'm not gonna lie. I was really fucking aggravated. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I think it was like Christmas Eve, and this shit happens, and it's like, why the fuck did we do this shit anyway? And so I was really aggravated as far as like kind of, I don't want to say poor decision making, but it was unnecessary. I mean, we could have just drove around the city and did something else. Like, that was not worth it. But, it's still a life experience. And the people that helped us out, I don't even remember their fucking names. I barely remember their faces, but I'm just glad that they did. They stopped over and helped us out. And there's been times in my life too where like I got in the car and helped out people and stuff. I don't think necessarily in my adult life. I probably have. I don't remember, but I remember when I was a kid, me and my dad got out and helped somebody push their car and stuff. I accidentally broke their fucking taillight because I never push. When you want to push a car and you want to push out a ditch or something, do not put your fucking hand on the taillight because I don't know, might break the shit. And I was a kid, I did that shit. And I was like, did I break this or was it already broken? And I'm just like, I just kind of played it off like, there's no way I just fucking broke this. I'm like, I'm not that strong. No way. But it could have just been the way I was pushing at a certain angle, or it could have already been kind of a little messed up anyways. Because they didn't seem that mad. But then again, how you going to get mad when people are helping you? Or you might be a little aggravated, but you're not going to show it at that time. So I was appreciative of the people that got out and helped and stuff and helped us dig out and push the car out. And it sucks too because we had to get it back up on the hill. And we was kind of turned to the left side or whatever. Damn, I think we was on the way back going home too when this happened. I can't remember. That might have been a reason why we turned around now I think about it. Is because we got stuck and it was like, fuck this, just get back up on the road, on the other side of the road and go home. Okay, that might have been what happened now I think about it. But we got back in the car and stuff and we got back on the road. We went back home and we was like, thank God. Like, what the fuck was going on, man? Also learned that you gotta have a real fucking shovel in your car. You gotta have a real shovel in your car. Actually, you know what I did? I did get out and help out. I had a friend one time call me because she was stuck in her driveway. And she lived down the street from us on base, so I went over to her house and helped her push out the car and stuff or whatever. Man, for all y'all that live in the snow, I don't fucking miss that shit at all, man. Oh my God. Like, it's cool. Like, I told the kids, like, hey, we're going to start taking more trips during December during the holiday season, it's going to like Wyoming or Colorado or just somewhere where it's snowing. Me and my mom was talking about too, like maybe get like a log cabin and rent out a cabin or something like that. Just go take a holiday trips in the snow or something like that. I was like, nah, man. Like, this shit is wild, man. I can't be living in the fucking snow like this, bro. Like, oh my God. There's so many times where I'm like just stuck in the driveway because the fucking snow is messed up and shit. Got me blocked in or whatever. I gotta go out. I'm like, and even if I do create a path and stuff, it doesn't matter because it kept snowing. You know, it snows until like June in Montana. Like it was like snowing in May or June was like nothing. It's like, oh yeah, it happens. Like it happens. What the fuck? Where are we at, bro? We still on Earth? What do you mean it happens? Fuck this, man. 5 years living in this shit. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a beautiful place now. It's a beautiful place. I've been up to what is it, Glacier Mountains and stuff. You know, it's a beautiful place. And Lowe's and Clark are along the river and stuff, which they kind of did part of the Oregon Trail. It was right down the street from the Air Force Base, and so it's kind of a historic place or whatever. And I got nice pictures too. Like my friends at the time took pictures or whatever. Oh man, now I remember. Now it just all clicked in my head. I was thinking about my friends and stuff. So while I was deployed in that Christmas that I missed in Afghanistan, my house fucking flooded on base. The pipes burst. And this is right around Christmas as well. So I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. But what really pissed me off was that nobody helped. And my friends was watching the house and stuff, and I don't know, they thought I took it that I was ever mad at them. I told them I wasn't. Like I never blamed them at all. I don't know if rumors got around and stuff because we kind of fell off communication. I really didn't talk to them that much, and I don't know if that was a reason. And I told them before, and I found them again on Facebook and stuff like that too. I don't know if they had deleted me, but I told them like I never blamed them. Why? I don't understand. Because my first sergeant at the time was like, oh man, the people that I was watching the house, they didn't turn on the heat. I was like, that has nothing to do with that. I was like, they were watching my house. They did a great job watching my house, man. They kept me updated and stuff like that. It's like, it was negative 56 degrees. I mean, I don't know. I mean, what the fuck? Like, sometimes shit happens, bro. Like, I don't know. That shit could have happened while I was there. Even if I was in the house and the heat was turned on, like, because it wasn't just my house on base. Other people's houses on base as well. The pipes burst. I'm sitting there thinking, hey, maybe y'all fucking insulin. That's the wrong fucking word. Oh, man, I can't think of the word. Insulation. Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Shit that keep the fucking house warm. And the heating system and stuff, I'm like, it doesn't matter. But what really pissed me off was, this is why I get into kind of complaining about fucking military sometimes. Everybody's like, oh, my people in my chain of command, my leadership, they was like, oh yeah, man, the people that were watching your house, they didn't do a good job. I'm like, no, don't blame them. They had nothing to do with this. They were fine. I was like, it's negative 56 degrees. Like, the shit is gonna happen. The pipes burst. The pipes froze and they burst. And it burst in the garage too. Like, I mean, as far as I know, there's no fucking heating unit in the garage. Cause even like my garage, it basically the water got in the walls of the garage, the laundry room, upstairs. So the floor upstairs, the pipes burst and stuff, wherever, and then it started leaking, and then so it leaked from the upstairs floor, and the downstairs there was water coming down from the ceiling, and it messed up the walls, and it got water on my couches. I didn't know my couches were bad until I went to move. Come to find out there was mold in my couches. So I had to throw my couches away because I wasn't allowed to put them in a container. And then actually because I wasn't allowed to put them in the container, they had to stop my move as well because of the mold of the couches. They had to unload everything. And it was basically me and my ex-wife, because we had kind of got back together. Oh, not kind of, we did. But I shouldn't have did that shit. But I wanted to be around my kids every day because I missed them for Christmas. I didn't want to miss them ever again. So made a deal with the devil. This shit happens. The people were like, "Oh, you got back with her? Why did you do that?" I'm like I ain't got to explain shit to no fuck about it. I know why I did it because I want to see my kids every day. And if I got to sit through hell and spend time with the devil to to be with my kids every day, I'm gonna do that shit. I shouldn't call her the devil. She's not the devil. She's just fucked up sometimes. It's so wrong. It's so wrong. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. But that's kind of a rant because I moved it like. So when I got back from, let me go back. So this happened in December around Christmas and stuff, and I just remember thinking like, damn, bro, I hope my Xbox is okay. I was like, man, my Xbox better be okay, man, my TV, because I mean, the rest of the shit is replaceable. Some of the kids' clothes stuff was already. I mean, I knew I was going to have to buy new clothes for them anyway because I've been gone for almost 9 months. Obviously, they're bigger, so most of these clothes ain't going to fit. I had already had orders that I was going to McDill anyway, so I wasn't worried about that. That's part of the reason why I got back with their mother. And I just never forget that. They try to blame it on my friends, and that made me so pissed off. And I remember telling my first sergeant and the chief, I didn't know who the fuck he was. He was somebody new that came in while I was gone. And when I landed, they was like, yeah, man, yeah, you know, we talked to people on base, we talked to base housing, and yeah, they say it's messed up and stuff. You're not allowed to stay there. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not allowed to stay in my own home. They ripped up the flooring and the carpet. They got to do all this. Now, this was in December when it happened. I didn't get back home till like towards the second, third week of January. Around like January 20th, somewhere around there. In my mind, I'm like, hey, what the fuck? Do y'all not give a shit about me? Y'all can't get this shit fixed within a month? Or at least something in a month? Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. I was like, I'm PCSing anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I at least want to be able to stay there. And it was like, yeah, you can't really sleep here or whatever. You know, it's not a good idea. But I mean, we can't really stop you. But, you know, it's not a good idea for you to sleep there. So, you got a place to stay? Too fucking late now, bro. I just got off the plane. Should have been asking me that while I was deployed still. Don't wait till I get off the fucking plane. Man, I never. Oh man, and my friend's, the wife of my friend, who also my friend too. She was there and she picked me up from the airport and stuff, and they let me stay at their place and stuff, and I was grateful for them, and I really appreciate it. And they took care of my car and stuff as well, and made sure it was working and stuff. But I've always been grateful and appreciative of them. I never had no ill will towards them. I was just thinking about it. Still makes me mad that they were trying to blame them. I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you trying to blame them? Let's focus on what the fuck is going on. You want to blame somebody? I don't know. Blame God. I don't know. Blame Mother Nature. Blame something like that. Shit. And here's the fucked up thing about it all. My renter's insurance, I'm going to call USA out from USAA. And then the base housing has its own insurance. None of them cover my actual property. None of them cover my fucking property. Because they said it wasn't an act of God because the heat wasn't on. I got so fucking pissed off. I was like, wait, the fuck you said? Like, what do you mean the heat's not on? I was speaking to Leia. I was like, I got really mad. I was like, what do you mean? How y'all know the heat wasn't even on? What are you talking about? Oh, because we went in the house. They did an inspection. They can tell that the heat wasn't on because no sensor went off. The sensor alarm or whatever had went off, then that'll let us know that the heat was on or where. I'm like, that doesn't even make. I was like, okay, that doesn't even make sense. Because I was on the phone. I was on the phone with base housing, or I was either on the phone with base housing or USA renters insurance or USA's insurance. But whoever I was talking to, it didn't matter because they all had the same fucking thing. Also, why I don't fucking like insurance either. I think the shit's a fucking scam, but whatever. That shit pissed me off so much. I was like, you gotta be shitting me, man. Like, it's Christmas time. It's holiday spirit and stuff, and all this other shit. Not once did anybody sit there and be like, hey, you know, we'll try to figure out, we'll help you out and stuff, whatever. I think my first sergeant was like, yeah, well, you know, let us know if you need anything. What the fuck you mean let us know if you need anything? bitch, I need something. I need my house back. I need money to repay all my shit. I had to get new furniture. My furniture was gone. Like, my legit furniture was gone. Like, a few things I still have now, which surprisingly is this computer desk. I don't know how this shit still fucking lasts. I done had this bitch since 2007. This computer desk is still lasting. I don't know how. And it got wet too. So it got water damage on it too. Bitch is still going strong though. I give props to this fucking desk. Knock on wood. Don't jinx this shit, cause it's still going, man. I cannot believe that though. And yeah, like pretty much all my stuff was gone. My Xbox did work, though. I give that. When I got back, I checked my Xbox. Bitch was still working. TV was still working too. Cause I say that because that really was the most expensive things in the house. The TV and then the Xbox. I don't really have much in my house anyways. I've never been one to have much, especially once I got divorced and stuff. I really got to have my house the way I wanted to. The joys of living by yourself. Ain't nobody gonna tell you how to fucking live or how to decorate your house. Nah, bitch, if I don't want nothing in this motherfucker, that's on me. But I was just so aggravated, man. Just how they wouldn't cover it and stuff. And it's like, y'all really gonna pull this loophole shit? Y'all really gonna say, oh, it was an act of God? What the fuck? Like, you didn't do nothing to prevent it. I'm like, I'm not there. I'm not there. What do you want me to do? And I remember my friends was like, oh, I didn't think to turn on the heat. I didn't think nothing of it. Or I can't say that. I can't remember if she said that or if she said she can't remember if she turned on the heat or not. I would think she had turned on the heat anyways because it was already cold. So when she walked in there, it probably was cold. She turned on the heat. She can't remember if she did it or not. I felt like she probably did. Like I said, I never blamed her. For the most part, she was watching because her husband was out in the missile field. We worked together, so that's what he was doing. But for the most part, like I think I felt like she had turned on the heat, or she did. I know she checked on the house, and that was good enough for me. So I told him, like, well, she checked on the house and stuff, and everything was fine. I was like, oh, nah, we don't think she did a good job checking. I was like, why? You can't blame her. Like, why are you trying to blame them? That still pisses me off, man, that they try to blame them. And even as far as the insurance companies was talking about, oh yeah, you really should have somebody. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Like, the worst thing too is I'm deployed, somebody's watching my house, but guess what? No one else in my command, my leadership and stuff was going there to check on it. It wasn't until that had happened and then that got reported to base housing, and then they did something. Oh, so you showing up after the fucking fact. I'm not gonna lie to you. I met some of the most shadiest people in the world in the military. Yeah, I gotta do another episode about the military. I know I talked about my own personal career, but I'm gonna talk about the pros and cons of being in the military as well. From my perspective, obviously, but I'm pretty sure I know other people have similar experiences, or at least similar pros and cons. But I was really pissed off at just how the whole thing happened. So that kind of ties into my Christmas memories as well. That was not a good time, right? I was sad. I fucking lost shit in my house. Like, it wasn't a good time. Oh man, it wasn't a good time. When I think about it now, it was the same memories of sadness, a lot of sadness, a lot of crying. Well, don't get me wrong. I was over there in Afghanistan deployment, crying my eyes out. And then, I had friends that I had at the time and stuff, and I was talking to, that I talked about it and stuff or wherever. So everybody that was in the military and back at home, people understood what I was going through and stuff. So I had a support system, but man, it just still really pissed me off because why? This is not a time for finger pointing or blame. This is a time for, hey, what can we do to help you? And it's like, let me know if you need anything. What do you mean, let you know if I need anything? Fucking, I guess you don't have GoFundMe at the time. Like, man, can somebody help me out a little bit? Like, can I get my shit back? Does my shit work? Can someone go in there and check? And I remember when I got off the plane and stuff, and I went back into my house, and I just went in there to check it, but I almost cried again. I was just like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Yeah, I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Maybe this is how it's supposed to end in my time in Montana. Like, I came here, shit was back and forth, up and down and stuff. a lot of depressing times, whatever. Leaving this bitch divorced and stuff. I was like, maybe both my kids were born in Montana too, so that's those are positives. But I was like, man, maybe this is how it's supposed to end. Like, wash away the old, go start something new. I don't know. I had to fucking flip that bitch in my head some type of way to make sense. But that shit sucked, man. That shit sucked. And I actually did sleep in my house. Because part of me, I was like, I think I slept there one or two nights. I can't remember. But it was, so when I got back, I was there for a little while, and then I took leave. And then when I got back from leave, I was only going to be there for a little while again. So I think when I first initially came back from deployment, I think I stayed at my friend's house. I was only going to be there for a few days, where then I went back home to Florida, visited and stuff like that. And then I went back up to Montana and stuff. And I think I stayed in the house for a little while, shit like that. And then just took care of the house and did what needed to be there. And I think I slept on the floor. I slept on the floor in one of my kids' rooms. That was my son's room. Because I was just happened to be one of the rooms that was good. Slept on the floor with my little air mattress, whatever, my Xbox, and my internet wasn't working, none of that stuff. So I remember I was using the internet connectivity from my phone, using my phone as a hotspot and just trying to watch Netflix and stuff like that. Man, whew, rough times, boy, rough times. So there you go. You can have good memories and bad memories on Christmas. But for me and my life experiences and stuff, my thought process or my mindset, to kind of establish how I was as a kid and stuff like that, my whole mindset evolved from, hey, it's nice to have these things on holidays and Christmas, but incorporate this type of emotion throughout all the year, throughout every day of your life. And when it's around the holidays, maybe give a little bit extra boost, like a little fucking turbo boost or something like that. Extra boost to your stats. That's it. Because if you try to focus too much on one specific time, or you try to focus too much on one to make the holidays good or Christmas good, you'll kind of isolate all the other days when you realize, you know what, you can make Christmas on any day. Because, I mean, is it really the birth of Christ? Not really. They kind of make that shit up. But at the same time, it doesn't matter. Because, hey, we can call it the birth of Christ. We can call it fucking Santa Claus. We can go with Hanukkah. We can go with Kwanzaa. We can go with whatever. Because at the end of the day, it seems like human beings just want an excuse to celebrate things when you don't really need an excuse to celebrate anything. You can fucking celebrate just because, you woke up today. Maybe you did something good in your own life. You pat yourself on the back and you're like, fuck it. Let's go out and celebrate. Or let's not go anywhere and just sit here and just fucking have a good time. We're just, in a good, cheerful moment. Christmas is a good time. It cannot be a good time. Same as any other time in the year. Same as any other fucking day of the year. It is what it is. There's my good Christmas memories and my bad Christmas memories. Or not so good Christmas memories. Because even though I had those things, I had a nice group of people that I was hanging out with and I worked with and stuff. And one of my roommates and friends at the time and stuff, I haven't talked to him in a while, but good dude. And he actually was Muslim, so he didn't he didn't even celebrate Christmas per se in that sense of the form, but he still celebrated. And we had our Christmas meals while deployed and stuff like that. And so while you're deployed, just being in the military in general, everybody knows it's a sad time because people are missing their families, parents, extended families and stuff. So siblings, friends, wherever the case may be, you're not particularly at home, depending on where you're stationed at. So you try to do things that, make people feel comfortable, make people feel welcome, make people feel happy, and not so fucking depressing, because people get depressed around the holidays. Because we get caught up in, it's the holidays, we need to be happy. We need to be joyful. That's why I say don't wait till a holiday to experience that. Because shit can still happen. Life still goes on. You can have an active guy and you can have a fucking insurance company that's going to screw you over. So don't wait for that certain moment in the holiday season, Christmas, Thanksgiving, wherever the case may be. Don't wait for this time of year. And, people say that all the time, but You really cannot wait for this time of year to have good memories. Let this time of year add extra positivity or extra memories on a good note to your life, but don't let it be the moment where you've been waiting all the time for this certain year. In the sense of, now I'm going to be happy. I hope I kind of get that message across as what I'm saying. Like, you could be happy throughout the year and let this time of year be just something extra. Because if something still negative happens, or something that you perceive as negative happens in your life this time of year, it shouldn't offset still how great of a year it is. Right? Same as like New Year's Eve and stuff like that, Don't just wait for, it's a new year, I'm going to start a new life. I'll touch on that when I do my New Year's episode as well, that I just now decided I'm going to fucking do. Don't wait. I mean, the fucking calendar's made up anyway, so it's not like it really matters anyway. There's no real start, beginning, and end. How do you calculate a new year? When did the actual Earth start to orbit? Like, you see what I'm saying? Definitely digging too deep in it. But that's the thing. It doesn't matter. Enjoy this time of year same as you would enjoy any other time of the year. But maybe with a little extra boost. Maybe a little nog in your eggnog. Maybe a little extra puff around holidays. Hey, wherever gets you happy. But don't get wrapped up in it too much that you forget to be happy around the other time of the year, the other parts of the year and stuff like that. I think y'all get what I'm saying. I hope so. If not, like always, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. So make sure you have your Christmas memories. You hold on to them. But at the same time, you create new Christmas memories, and you create the effect of those Christmas memories in different parts and times of the year as well. Don't just wait until December to have the Christmas joy. So we're going to finish the show on that. As always, make sure if you like what I'm saying, or what you're listening to, dislike it, whatever. You want to just dislike the shit and criticize and talk shit about me, that's cool too. I mean, I'm gonna come at you as well. So I mean, don't think it's gonna go unanswered. Nah, we're gonna have some back and forth as well. But follow me. I'm on Podbean, Spotify, Apple. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get my podcast up on Amazon. Follow me on Twitter, Damien_Jackson2. I'm on Parler, Damien Jackson, DAMIEN for all those out there who decide to spell my name IAN or ION. It's IEN, which is literally the most famous, I'm gonna say famous, the most popular way to spell it, because it's Damien, DAMIEN, from the Omen movie. Yep, but I'm not mentioning the Bible, so don't go around saying I'm fucking Satan's son. That's just annoying. Also, I'm on YouTube, Damien Jackson. I'm putting my fucking name everywhere. You're going to remember the name. But I don't care. I'm not doing no nicknames, no moniker. You are going to remember the name. So when you hear the name, you know I'm being me. This is not a facade. I don't turn this shit on or off. This is who the fuck I am. Maybe a little bit more animated. Maybe. Not really, to be honest with you. The other thing is I'm like this by myself in the room. Alone. With the cat. So yeah, definitely check me out on all those outlets, those media outlets, technology outlets, wherever the case may be. Damien Jackson 22. Find me there as well. That's my website. Blog and stuff, sometimes write poems, sometimes on there. Yeah, just follow me somewhere. I don't know. Do something. Be entertained. Enjoy these little thoughtful opinions I have, or wherever the case may be. Right? That makes sense. I don't know. Definitely going to be back throughout the week. Definitely going to have more content, because I enjoy doing this shit. I enjoy it. And I enjoy the little comments I get every now and then. I didn't think I would enjoy the comments, but I do enjoy the comments. Some people say some shit that's wild to me, but I'm pretty sure I say the shit that's wild to them as well. So It's all good, right? So until next time.